This is the first lecture on the subject of automobile electrical and electronics. This entitled Lecture 1 Automotive Batteries. My name is Hamid Hussein, University of Babylon, College of Engineering Al Musayyab, Automobile Engineering Department. Upon completion and review of this chapter, you should be able to understand and describe the purpose of battery construction of conventional and maintenance-free hybrid and combination batteries. The main element of the battery, the chemical action and that occurs to produce current in a battery, the chemical reaction that occurs in the battery during cycling, the differences, advantages and disadvantages between battery types, the function of hybrid electrical vehicle batteries, the operation and purpose of ultracapacitors and describe of these, and so on. The automotive battery has several important functions. These functions as follows, including first of all, it operates the starting motor, ignition system, electronic fuel injection, and other electrical devices for the engine during cranking and starting. Second, it supplies all the electrical power for the vehicle accessories whenever the engine is not running or when the vehicle's charging system is not working. 3. It furnishes current for a limited time whenever electrical demands exceed charging system output. It acts as a stabilizer of voltage for the engine for the entire automotive electrical systems. And finally, it stores energy for extended period of time. We come for conventional batteries. A conventional battery is constructed of 7 basic components يتكون من 7 أجزاء. positive and negative plates، الصفائح الموجبة والصفائح السالبة، separators الفواصل بينهما، case البدن أو البدي لهذه الباتري، plate straps، electrolyte terminals. And the chemical action, there is here 2 figures to illustrate the chemical action inside the battery, inside conventional battery. During discharge, here in the left figure, during discharge, the lead PP from the positive plate combines with sulfate SO4 from the acid forming lead sulfate PPSO4. While this is occurring, oxygen O2 in the active material of the positive plate joins with the hydrogen H2O from the electrolyte forming water مشكلا ماء. This water dilutes the acid concentration. طبعا هذا الماء يقلل تركيز الحامض. A similar reaction is occurring in the negative plate. Lead PP is combining with sulfate SO4 forming lead sulfate PPSO4 مكونا PPSO4 كبريتات الرصاص. The result of discharging is changing the positive plate from lead dioxide into lead sulfate and changing the negative plate into lead sulfate. Discharging a cell makes the positive and negative plates the same. Once they are the same, the cell is discharged. عندما يكونان نفس الشيء الخلية تكون discharged. مفرغة من الشحن. The charge cycle is exactly يعني في حالة في الشكل الأيمن in the right figure uh, in the charge cycle here we see the AC generator المولد اللي هو الداينامو السيارة عندما يشحن البطارية is exactly the opposite for the figure 1 on the left side. The lead sulfate PbSO4 in both places is split into its original forms of lead PP sulfate SO4 كبريتات الرصاص تتفكك إلى رصاص وكبريتات. The water in the electrolyte splits into hydrogen and oxygen. The hydrogen H2 combines with the sulfate to become sulfuric acid again, H2SO4. The oxygen combines with the positive plate to form the lead peroxide. This now puts the plates and the electrolyte back in their original form and the cell is charged. ويعني بعد ذلك تصبح الخلية مشحونة. Maintenance free battery أحد أنواع الباتريات النوع الثاني بعد conventional battery. There is no provision for the addition of water to the cells. لا يوجد إضافة حاجة لإضافة الماء للخلية. The battery is sealed. الباتري محكم. It contains cell plates made of slightly different compound than what is in conventional battery. The plate grids contain كالسيوم and cadmium. يقال لها أيضا تدعم خلية الكالسيوم أيضا or سترونيوم to reduce gassing and self-discharge. The advantages فوائد هذه الخلية a larger reserve of electrolyte along the plates, increased resistance to overcharging, longer shelf life, approximately 18 months, ability to be shipped with electrolyte installed, reducing the possibility of accidents and injury to the technician. لعدم وجود السائق طبعا تكون أمينة أكثر. Higher cold cracking and pair rating. The major disadvantages: first, grid growth when the battery is exposed to high temperature, inability to withstand deep cycling, low reserve capacity, faster discharge by parasitic loads, shorter life expectancy. Now we see the hydrometer, built-in hydrometer, which gives indicator of overall battery condition for maintenance-free battery. We see here in the left side figure the green dot visible means that the battery condition is okay, and if dark green dot there is green لون أخضر غامق فإن البطارية بحالة جيدة. في حالة إنه يكون أسود فإنه before testing مشحونة قبل الاختبار. أما الحالة الأخيرة عندما يكون اللون أبيض أو أصفر فإن البطارية تحتاج إلى تبديل light or yellow replace battery. What's the meaning of grid growth? It's a condition where the grid grows little metallic fingers. عندما تتكون أصابع يعني تنتفخ الأقطاب المحتوية على رصاص تتكون من أصابع معدنية that extend تتمدد through the separators تتمدد على الفواصل and short out the place وبالتالي تؤدي إلى تكوين دائرة short تؤدي إلى التلف طبعا ما راح تعمل. الحالة الثانية deep cycling. Or the meaning of deep cycling is to discharge the battery to a very low state of charge before recharging it. Hybrid battery combines the advantages of the low maintenance and maintenance free. The hybrid battery can withstand 6 deep cycles and still retain 100% of its original reserve capacity. The grid cost fraction of the hybrid battery consists of approximately 2.75% antimony تحتوي على 72% من سبيكة الأنتيمون on the positive plate في القطب الموجب في الأقطاب الموجبة and a calcium alloy وسبيكة كالسيوم on the negative plate. This allows the battery to withstand deep cycling. تسمى تسمى أيضا بطاريات الكالسيوم تتحمل التخزين العميق. The combination battery is sometimes called a gel cell battery. It does not use a liquid. بدل السائل الإلكترولايت تستخدم separators فواصل that holds a gel تحتوي على gel type materials. Features and disadvantages. المظاهر والفوائد. First of all, contains no liquid electrolyte. If the case is correct, no electrolyte will spill في حالة طبعا قلابة انكسارها لا يوجد سائل ينسكب. Can be installed in any position. ممكن أن توضع في أي موقع including upside down. ممكن حتى في الوضع المعكوس أسفلها أعلى وأعلاها أسفل. Is corrosion free. التآكل خالية من التآكل. Has very low maintenance because there is no electrolyte loss. Can last as much as 4 times longer than conventional batteries. Can withstand deep cycling without damage. Can be rated over 100 for the cracking amperes. This rate called the cracking amperes أحد المعايير اللي تستخدم لقياس كفاءة ونوعية البطارية وسوف نأتي إلى شرحه في السلايدات القادمة. نوع آخر absorbed glass matte AGM battery. Instead of using a gel, they hold their electrolyte in a moistened fiberglass matting. The matting is sandwiched between the battery's lead plates. Valve-regulated lead-acid VROA battery uses a plate construction with a base of lead-tin كالسيوم وتصدير ورصاص شبكة كالسيوم وتصدير ورصاص. The active material of one of the plates is porous lead dioxide, while the active material of the other plate is spongy lead. Sulfuric acid is used as the electrolyte. The sulfuric acid is absorbed into plate separators made of a glass fiber fabric. High voltage batteries are required by electric drive vehicles. Integrated Starter Generators (ISG). Although this technology was not actually used in a 42-volt system, النظام ال 42 فولت الذي يستخدم في high volt batteries. The development was a result of this system والتطور نتيجة لذلك النظام. The ISG is one of the key contributors to the hybrid's fuel efficiency due to its ability to automatically stop and restart the engine under different operating conditions. HEMV batteries, hybrid electrical vehicles. The next generation electrical vehicles used nickel-metal hybrid (NEMH) batteries. Nickel cadmium batteries. هذا النوع of nickel cadmium cells أيضا يسمى may have a future role. ممكن أن يكون له دور في المستقبل in hybrid vehicles في المركبات الهجينة because of several advantages that it has. These include being able to withstand many deep cycles, a low cost of production, and long surface life. Nickel cadmium batteries perform very well when high energy boosts are required. Nickel metal hybrid NIMH batteries are very quickly replacing nickel cadmium batteries. النوع معنى ذلك استبدلت بسرعة النوع السابق since they are more environmentally بسبب أنها صديقة للبيئة أكثر صداقة للبيئة. They also have more capacity than the nickel cadmium battery since they have a higher energy density. النوع الآخر lithium ion batteries are very similar in construction to the nickel-based. Positives associated with the use of lithium batteries include high energy density, limited memory effect, and they being environmentally friendly. The negatives are lithium is considered an alkali metal and oxidizes very rapidly in air and water, which makes lithium highly flammable. سريع الاشتعال أو حساسيته لسرعة الاشتعال عالية and slightly explosive وقليلا انفجاري قليلا when exposed to air and water عندما تعرض للهواء والماء. Lithium metal is also corrosive. نوع آخر lithium polymer battery is nearly identical قريب التماثل مع lithium ion battery but share the same electrode construction. The difference is in the lithium salt electrolyte. The lithium poly cell holds the electrolyte in a thin solid polymer composite polycrystalline instead as a liquid. The solid polymer electrolyte is not flammable حتى يتجنبون قابلية الاشتعال للنوع السابق. Ultra capacitors are capacitors البطارية ذات السعة العالية constructed to have a large electrode surface area and a very small distance between the electrodes, unlike conventional capacitors that use a dielectric the ultra capacitors use an electrolyte. This is the terminals of the batteries. There is three types of terminals. One is the common types of terminals. ثلاثة أنواع الشائعة وهي النوع بالحرف R على اليمين والنوع العمودي post or probe terminals والنوع الجانبي الذي يحتوي على المربر حتى يكون التيرمينال لابد أن يكون تيرمينال الكيبل على شكل مسنن حتى يدخل في هذا التيرمينال لأحد أقطاب البطارية القطب الموجب أو القطب السالب. نأتي إلى موضوع مهم لمعرفة كفاءة البطارية أو البطارية الملائمة لنوعية معينة من السيارات أو الآليات وهو الباتري ratings المعايير المستخدمة. أول تلك المعايير ampere hour rating is the amount of steady current that a fully charged battery can supply for 20 hours وهي مقدار الأمبيرية التي تعطيها البطارية لفترة 20 ساعة في درجة حرارة 80 degree سنتيغراد 80 degree Fahrenheit 36.7 degree Celsius without the terminal voltage falling below 10.5 مقدار طبعا تلك الأمبيرية قبل أن تهبط الفولتية مع البطارية وأطراف البطارية إلى 10.5 فولت. على سبيل المثال, for example, if a battery can be discharged for 20 hours at a rate of 4 amperes before its terminal voltage reached 10.5 volts, it would be rated at 80 ampere hour. ممكن أن تعطينا المحلول, ممكن أن تعطي 80 ampere hour. وهذا المقياس أيضا يستخدم ببطاريات الموبايلات والحاسبات والتابلتات. This method of battery rating is not widely used بالرغم من عدم استخدام الشاسع في المحافل أو المؤتمرات العلمية للآليات والسيارات. Cold cracking rating also called كذلك يسمى cold cracking ampere is the most common method of rating automotive batteries. It is determined by the load in amperes that a battery is able to deliver for 30 seconds at 0 degree Fahrenheit minus 17.7 degrees Celsius without terminal voltage falling below 7.2 volts. Means that 1.2 volts per cells, because there is 6 cells, every cells 1.2 is the summation equals 7.2 volts. The cold cracking rating is given in total amperage and is identified as 300 cold cracking ampere, 400 cold cracking ampere, and so on. Cracking amperes is an indication of the battery's ability to provide a cracking amperage of 30 degree Fahrenheit, 0 degree Celsius. This rating uses the same test procedure as the cold cracking rating or cold cracking ampere discussed earlier, except it uses a higher temperature to convert cold cracking ampere to cold cracking ampere divided the cracking ampere by 1.25, for example, as 650. Cold cracking ampere rated battery is the same as 812 cracking ampere. معنى ذلك الكراكنج أمبير أكثر من الكولد كراكنج أمبير. إذا أردنا كراكنج أمبير نقسم الكولد كراكنج أمبير by 1.25. The safe capacity rating is determined by the length of time in minutes that a fully charged battery can be discharged at 25 amperes before battery voltage drops below 10.5 volts. This rating gives an indication of how long the vehicle can be driven with the headlights on if the charging system should fail. Battery size selection. كيف نختار الحجم الملائم للبطارية? Some of the aspects that determine the battery rating required for a vehicle include engine size, engine type, climatic conditions, vehicle options, and so on. اختيارها طبعا يعتمد على حجم الماكينة، نوع الماكينة، الظروف الجوية، حارة باردة أو معتدلة, vehicle options, اختيارات الvehicle, and so on. Battery hold down. The battery hold down, as we see here in this picture below, كيف يمكن تثبيت البطارية على بدن السيارة. All batteries must be secured in the vehicle to prevent damage and the possibility of shorting across the terminals if the battery tips. Normal vibrations cause the blades to shear their active materials. الاهتزازات تؤدي إلى تلف وإلى تمزق أجزاء البطارية أو ربما تسبب تلف إلى بقية أجزاء السيارة, لذلك يتم تثبيتها. وهناك عدة طرق, إما تثبيتها بفريم معين أو تثبيتها بواسطة الرولز بولز البراغي هذه مع هيكل مستطيل في الصورة اليسرى وهكذا. meltdowns reduce the amount of vibration طبعا تقلل الاهتزازات and help increase the life of the battery تزيد من. Finally, the references, there is two references used. The first references is the first one I began on. المصدر الأول هو الذي يعتمد عليه في المحاضرات بصورة أكبر، وهو هوم بيك تالي Automotive Electronics بعد دينار 1997. second one Dental Automotive Electronic Systems طبع في سنة 2004. وهذا الكتاب الثاني أو المصدر الثاني الذي نستخدمه ويمكنكم تنزيله من الإنترنت عندما لا تتمكنون يمكنكم مراسلة فيه، أو يمكن وإذا تمكنت سأرفع هذا المصدرين إلى منصة الجوجل كلاس روم. Thanks for attention. Requesting